Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes, the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us, and we are Midgard Axe. What's up, everybody? So, welcome to the very first installment of our hardware store axe is good enough for axe throwing. So to give you guys some information on what this series is going to be about, it's going to be about me going to local hardware stores, Lowe's, Home Depots, etc. And I'm going to find hatchets and axes that are $50 and less, and I'm going to bring them back, and I'm going to tell you guys if you can use them for axe throwing. Now I'm going to test everything. I'm going to test the construction. I'm going to test the bit. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to give you my opinion on whether or not this thing would work well for axe throwing, and I'm going to give you everything underneath the sun about each one of these axes. I will tell you guys that these aren't going to be like my normal reviews. These are going to be kind of like straight and to the point. Pros, cons, throw it, and tell you my overall opinion and whether or not it'd be good enough for throwing. So let's just get in to see what this Dewalt Hatchet has to offer. Let's go over specs real quick. Starting off, this thing is anywhere between like 30 and 40 bucks, okay? It does have a polymer style sheath that slides down, okay? So basically you just kind of put it in here and then it slides up and then kind of just locks in place. You do get a belt loop. It's not bad. I mean, for the money, it's not bad. At least it's not a rubber bit cover, right? So let's go ahead and take this thing off. And what do we do with sheaths on this channel, guys? We toss them. Specs, let's get into them. This thing is coming in at 14 inches in length. The head length from the pole to the bit is 5 1/4 inches, okay? And the bit length itself is coming in at 3 inches. I weighed this thing on my scale and I got 2 pounds and 1.5 ounces. They advertise these things are called scalloped designs, so that way when you strike it into whatever you're trying to chop, you can pull it out a little easier. We'll see if that works when we throw it. Okay, so the grip down here is pretty nice. It is like a rubber over mold type grip. It's not too grippy, but it's not, you know, real slick either. It's actually pretty decent. I do like it. The weight of it, guys, is going to be handle heavy, okay? It's going to tip backwards. So all your weight's going to be basically from about here to about here, okay? So you will have to contend with a handle heavy axe. Looks like they put some relief cuts in the head up here, which I don't know why. I would rather them to put the weight up here instead of down in here, but it is what it is. It does have a cool little pole design in the back, and the bit on it is straight, but it's literally like this. See if I can get you guys to see it from here. It's, you know, this side over here is kind of, you know, got a decent steep bit, but then on this side it kind of comes real hard. So like I said, it's like this. But as far as the sharpness goes, you guys can hear that? It's dull. It's as dull as a spoon. You're not hitting or cutting or doing anything with this bit. I will say the cheeks on this thing are a little fat, and I will say that if you go to take these cheeks down, you are going to be going into the scallop design. Whether or not you care about that, I don't know. I really don't care. I'm going to thin the cheeks down really quick and see what we got after we do it and see how much of these scallops we keep. But all in all, it doesn't feel too bad in the hand. I will say, just kind of putting it in my hand, and in the store I did too, it feels like it's going to fly pretty decent. Like I said, you do have to contend with a handle heavy axe here. But let's go reprofile this bit, get these cheeks down, give it a sharp edge, and we'll throw it and see what happens. Axe throwing with a Dewalt hatchet. Can you do it? Yes. But should you do it? I'm going to say no, guys, and here I'm going to give you my opinion as to why I don't think you should use this for axe throwing. Number one, the weight is really weird in the hand, okay? Especially when it's letting loose out of your hand, okay? It feels really weird. It's really handle heavy, and it just feels weird when you're throwing it. I don't like rubber grips on throwing axes. They are an issue. They will be an issue, and they'll continue to be an issue. As you can see here, I tore off the bottom of the rubber grip there when it was hitting the wood round, and the bottom down here was hitting the edge. It just popped right off. So that's why I don't like messing with rubber grips. Down here at the bottom, you have a really high knob that sticks up really high, and you can't really do anything about it. So it can drag on your hand a little bit, causing your axe to come out of your hand a little wobbly. So that was another thing I didn't care for. Also, the weight distribution on this is extremely weird because you don't have much weight up here. All of it, like I said before, is from here down, so it just feels weird in the hand, okay? The bit. You can get the bit pretty sharp, and I got this one pretty sharp, okay? But I will tell you, it is softer steel. And I did notice that after I was throwing it for a while, I started getting edge rollover and started getting some gouging. I'll come around and show you. And I kind of figured that for the price point, especially when I was shaving the cheeks down, this thing shaved down really fast. So I kind of figured it was going to be that way. Also, I will tell you guys, the scallops on here, I really didn't notice a huge difference whenever I was sticking the target and pulling it out. It felt like every other axe. So I don't know how well those scallops will work for you, but for me in axe throwing, I really didn't notice much. So for this hatchet, guys, I can't recommend it for axe throwing. For this price point, you could go get a Kings County Tools Tomahawk hatchet, or you could get a Council Tool Flying Fox for a little bit more. I mean, if you had to use it, you could, but there's way better options out there for this price point. That doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it for axe throwing. However, if some of you out there may want it, I think it'd be a good little handy axe for your shed or for your truck, or if you just want to use it maybe for a hunting trip and you needed to clear some branches, this would be a great little hatchet. So if you want to win this axe, go down in the comment section, write axe, period, and then whatever comment you want to make, but make sure you write axe first. I'll let it run for 5 days like I always do, and then after the 5 days is over, I'll announce the winner. Like I said, guys, it's not a bad little hatchet. It'd be good for someone who want to use it for yard work or clearing maybe some smaller limbs or whatever. But for axe throwing, I just can't recommend it. But like I said, it's not bad, just it's not axe throwing worthy. I'll say it in this video and I'll say it again. This axe was not designed for axe throwing, and neither are a lot of axes that I throw that turn out to be great throwers. We're not going to know if they're good throwers or not until we get them and throw them. So keep that in mind. Thanks for sticking around for the Dewalt Hatchet. I tried to make this one quick. I'm going to make these $50 and below, these budget hardware store axe videos, really short. So thanks for sticking around. I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. I gave Dave the night off. He's not with me tonight, so I gave him the day off. But thanks for your support, guys. Come back, watch the next one. Come back for some of my really good reviews. Watch those too, and some of my throwing videos. Check those out. But until next time, guys, see ya. Yeah, I agree with you too, Dave. Not a bad little hatchet, but, you know, seen better, but, you know, not a bad little hatchet, not a bad little hatchet if someone didn't have a ton of money. You know, everybody doesn't have all the money in the world, Dave, like you do. Millionaire Dave over here. Listen to Dave, guys. He knows what he's talking about. He's been watching me for years. He knows what's going on. He is the professional spectator. See you guys. Thin those cheeks down on that thing. Man, those cheeks are fat.